Here at Mark Rogers TV, we do requests. We've had about 10 over the past 6 months, including, let's say, Nebraska spring football, Wisconsin spring football, a number of game previews and predictions that people have asked for us to post. We're doing a series currently on the top offenses in college football. We've received 2 requests there, one for Clemson, which we were going to do anyway. We certainly think the Tigers have one of the best offenses in the nation. Also received a request for LSU, which we will fulfill, although I certainly don't think LSU is one of the best offenses in the country, but we will talk about the Tigers offense coming up this fall. Interesting request from JrThow. Don't know exactly how you pronounce that, but it's JrThow, who is a faithful viewer and commenter, which we appreciate. Certainly, we ask you to join the discussion here. And he has requested for a game-by-game breakdown of the Clemson Tigers with predictions. And he has repeatedly asked me for this. So this is not a one-time request. JrThow has requested game-by-game predictions probably about 5 times in the last week. Okay, let's get something here. This is not going on my record. Not at all. It's on the video record, I understand, but check out last season's predictions. You know, if you've watched us here on Mark Rogers TV, that I do week-by-week predictions on college football. For good or bad, they're on the record. They're for all to see. We do our predictions of top 25 games straight up and against the spread. And again, it's there for all to see. 25-12, though. Confidence picks against the spread last season, so we were proud of that. Regardless, I've been asked to do predictions in July of games that are going to be played in September, October, and November. So this is not going on my record. But hey, let's run down the Clemson schedule, have some fun, and let's see how we see the Clemson Tigers shaping up. Because if you saw our post on the best offenses in college football with Clemson right there in terms of one of the best offenses in college football, but the defense still has yet to prove itself, certainly. All right, great matchup right out of the gate. August 31st at home against Georgia. We love the Bulldogs offense. We posted them as one of the best offenses in college football with 10 starters returning, including, of course, Todd Gurley at running back, Aaron Murray at quarterback, wide receivers coming back in Bennett and Mitchell. The offensive line is very strong there at Georgia. Bulldogs, we would usually trust the SEC here, but game 1 with all those losses on defense, all those losses going to the NFL. Yes, they're being replaced by very athletic, talented, fast guys on defense, but defenses need to gel, and they lost so much on defense that I really think Clemson's got the upper hand, and they've got the game at home, and they've got a really good kicker. Check out our posts on the best kickers in college football. Clemson wins over Georgia in a great game, 31-27, to start the college football season. Okay, next week, September 7th against South Carolina State. We'll take Clemson to win that one in a walk. Let's go 48-7. All right. At NC State in Game 3, that's a Thursday night, September 19th, with 12 days to prepare for NC State. Could be a trap game. Mike Glennon's gone at quarterback for NC State. They replaced the coach with Dave Doran from Northern Illinois, so changes with the Wolfpack. They lost quite a bit of talent. Again, the quarterback, Mike Glennon, and so we like Clemson winning this one. We'll go with 37-14 at Raleigh. Okay, Wake Forest is next in Game 4, September 28th. Wake returning probably more starters than any team in the ACC, but the Wake Forest Demon Deacons not strong the past few years after Jim Grobe had something going there in Wake. They went to an Orange Bowl. They went to a number of bowl games. He had that thing cranked up to a 7, 8, 9 win team per season, but not recently, and Wake was really bad last season. Again, returning starters coming back for Wake. They've got a really good punter. We talked about him in our top 10 punters as well. Clemson rolls in this one against Wake at home. Let's go with 45-10. All right, we've got upset alert here. Syracuse joining the ACC, hosting Clemson on October 5th. The Q's in the ACC and ready to go. I know we've lost the coach and the quarterback, Ryan Nassib, and Doug Marrone leaving Syracuse. Scott Schaefer takes over the helm. Clemson. This is a difficult one because I think this could be an upset, but we've got to go with the Tigers' talent in this one at Syracuse, winning this one in a decent game at 38-27. You notice Clemson's going to score a ton of points this season. Is the defense going to make plays and not blow assignments? All right, next game, October 12th against BC at Clemson. We know BC only won 2 games last season. Really bad football team. We don't expect much improvement this season. They don't have playmakers. They lack speed. Clemson usually takes advantage of these kind of situations. They got the game at home last season. It was fairly close at BC, and then they broke away. So we like Clemson defeating BC. Let's go with 42-17. All right, game of the year in the ACC right here. Florida State and Clemson. The game at Clemson, October 19th. Florida State, of course, won the game, pulling away in the fourth quarter last year to win the division and move on to the ACC championship game. Of course, the quarterback's gone. New quarterback, very young but extremely talented. Florida State and Clemson. We've got to go with the Tigers winning this one as well. We've got Clemson undefeated after the Florida State game. Yeah, Clemson wins this one 31-24. Then the next week, October 26th, at Maryland and Randy Edsall, the Terps. Not very good, and Clemson wins this game as well. They score again in the 40s. Going to score a ton of points this season again. Let's go with Clemson winning this one 45-14. All right, then they've got a game at Virginia. Mike London, his job on the line. Virginia's got to get better. They were certainly not good last season at going 4-8. November 2nd game at Virginia. Could be difficult, but Clemson, too much talent for Virginia. They win this game. Could be pretty close there on the road, 30-20. All right, Thursday night game. Difficult one here. Georgia Tech's got a lot of playmakers coming back, a lot of talent on defense. This is going to be one of the better defenses in the ACC with Georgia Tech on November 14th, playing at Clemson. And we've got to go with Clemson because, again, playmakers on offense and just the better football team. Georgia Tech, of course, limited more than anybody else at their level in the passing game. So Clemson wins this one. We'll go with a final of 30-17. All right, they play the Citadel. They roll in game number 11. That game on November 23rd. Clemson wins that game. They got to break 50 sometime this season. So let's go 52-9 against the Citadel. Okay, they wrap it up at South Carolina. This was a game that Clemson was favored in at home last season against South Carolina. Clemson had lost just one game. South Carolina had the 2 losses at that point, both in the SEC. And I really trusted the SEC defense here. South Carolina's lost a lot. Holloman, Swearinger on defense, and some other playmakers on defense. So they've lost a lot on defense. Of course, they've got Clowney, the freak, back on defense as well. South Carolina really exploded on offense against Clemson last season. Connor Shaw actually didn't play that game. Dylan Thompson stepped in with 310 yards and 3 touchdowns. And that was the big difference, is that it was an SEC defense, unlike Georgia, playing the entire season together, and against Clemson, and this time the game's at South Carolina. So I think Clemson goes in 11-0. Who knows where they're going to be ranked at that point. Most likely top 3, especially after defeating Florida State and Georgia. And I think South Carolina pulls off the upset at home to close out the regular season for Clemson. So the Tigers do move on to the ACC championship game, but they don't make it to the BCS national championship game. South Carolina wins against Clemson 27-23. That's our Clemson look game by game. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't hold me to these predictions, but we will pick them week by week. Enjoyed it? Fill in with your comments. We'd love to hear from you also on Mark Rogers TV.